This video is sponsored by Huel. I've been using Huel Black Edition ready to drink quite a bit lately, and to be honest with you, it has legitimately been a game changer. If you're not already familiar, it's a completely plant-based, nutritionally complete, all-in-one meal in a bottle. 35 grams of protein, gut-friendly calcium, immune-boosting vitamin C, genuinely delicious flavors of which chocolate is my personal favorite, and all of this for only 400 calories. I've been having one every morning at my work desk, and thanks to the B12 included in these, I feel much more focused and way less sluggish throughout the entire day. It even helped me get through a rough patch after my jaw surgery, where I literally couldn't eat solid foods for a little while, so Huel came in clutch and literally kept me from, not dying. If you want to upgrade your diet with convenient, complete, ready-to-drink meals, just click the link in my description or scan the QR code on the screen to try out Huel Black Edition at under $5 a meal. And now, on to the video. The Zelda series has had a lot of characters over the years, some that stand out more than others, but none as cool as me, right? Guys, even the very first game in the franchise had a bunch of easy-to-miss old men hiding in caves in it, which is very normal. But in a franchise that spans so many decades, it's easy to forget some of these amazing characters just because they might not share the limelight as often as others. So here's my shortlist to shine said limelight on a few of the best Zelda characters that more people should talk about. Like Nico from The Wind Waker. Link first meets the young pirate Nico right after he embarks on his quest with Tetra's pirate crew, and he's the only member of said crew that gives Link the time of day. He's the lowest ranked, least respected member of the pirates by far that Tetra calls a simple-minded little rat, and even has to wash their dirty underwear. He befriends and teaches Link to swing from rope to rope like Tarzan of the jungle, and is proud of the young hero, and even rewards him when Link finishes the trial almost immediately, which Nico thought would take a year. Then you meet him again later on in the game when he's been left behind to guard the ship, while the rest of the pirates are off having fun on Windfall Island. But has his unfair treatment at the hands of his fellow crew members led to a sour attitude? Has scrubbing one too many tarnished tighty-whities broken him? No, the unbreakable Nico remains just as happy and cheery as ever to see good old Link, and even plays another Tarzan rope-swinging game with him and rewards him again with some of the precious bombs that the pirates worked very hard to get, even after realizing that he would definitely get in trouble for it, just because he liked Link that much. That's a lot of good fit in such a tiny little package. Solid A-tier character. And what about Telma's cat from Twilight Princess? Yeah, you thought I was going to say Telma, didn't you? That's probably just because of her massive importance in the story, which is true, and she is a great character, but nobody talks about her cat, whose name is Louise. You know, the one that sits around all day giving you the worst side-eye you've ever seen. But then, when Link is rushing a very much so dying Midna that got exposed to too much light through Hyrule Castle Town to see Princess Zelda, he instinctively runs into Telma's bar for help. Only, he's a wolf at the moment, and you've gotta remember, this was before fursonas were socially acceptable, so they kicked him right the hell out. Just when Link had nowhere to go and no one to turn to, Telma's cat Louise pops out and literally saves the day, and also Midna, who, as a reminder, is currently moments from death. She's not even done saving the day either. Later on, she steals Ilya's wooden statue from the weirdo doctor and then tells you to go fight some undead skeletal demon dogs to retrieve it. And normally she would be an A-tier character, but she gets knocked down to B for stealing, and also for being a cat. Don't steal, kids. Stay in school. Play video games. Buy a dog. What about Tail, the forgotten fairy from Majora's Mask, who's the little brother of Tattle that gets abused by literally everyone? It's true, we are first introduced to Tail when he's assisting the Skull Kid in highway robbery, but with what we know about him, he was probably forced to do it. And even when the Skull Kid is treating him like my childhood, he still refuses to leave him because that's what friends do. They stick around. Even if you are an emotionally unstable little forest goblin. He also is the first to volunteer alongside Link to enter the super scary moon and is the first to forgive the Skull Kid for said scary moon and also for literally beating him and also for the near total destruction of the world. But his good nature isn't the only reason he's on my shortlist. He also straight up is the only reason any of the game can take place after this whole initial drama happens. I'm not sure how he knew, but for some reason, he knew which locations Link and his sister Tattle needed to explore in order to go and wake up the giants and hold up the moon. And he makes sure to tell the heroic duo what to do before getting knocked into next week. Plus, his entire name alongside his sister's is a pun. I mean, what more could you want? He's a solid A-tier entry in my book. Speaking of stealing Link's ocarina though, actually we've seen ocarinas before in the series, which leads me to the Flute Boy from A Link to the Past, also known as the Ocarina Boy, because the instrument he plays is quite literally not a flute, but rather an ocarina. Now, of all the characters on this list, he's probably the smallest, but damn it, tiny can still be mighty. When Link first encounters him, it's deep in the haunted grove where the boy stands on a tree stump, playing his ocarina for the animals. However, whenever Link gets too close, the boy disappears into thin air. The only way to actually speak with him is in the Dark World, where the boy has been transformed into a hideous thing. Heffalump, maybe? Anyway, the boy then reveals to Link that he had buried his ocarina back in the Light World and asks Link to dig it up for him, which also reveals to us that the boy we can see playing the ocarina in the Light World on the tree stump is actually not really the Flute Boy, but rather his apparition, or his ghost. Since not only is he not even in the Light World, but he doesn't even have his ocarina. Once Link digs up the ocarina, he can bring it back to the boy in the Dark World, who then sadly states that he can't play it anymore. Then he asks Link to play it for him one last time, and after hearing its sweet melody, turns into a tree. But there's more to the Flute Boy than just a sad story. If Link takes the ocarina back to the Flute Boy's father in Kakariko Village, the father will understand what happened to his son, then ask Link to play the ocarina in front of the village's weathercock. After which the Flute Boy's bird, a supersonic flying duck, breaks out of the weathercock and flies off. And from here on, Link can play the ocarina whenever he would like for said supersonic flying duck to swoop in and transport him anywhere around the map. It's even necessary to enter Misery Mire, which is where one of the 7 maidens is located, so the Flute Boy actively assists in, saving the world. I would say that unlocking the ability to fast travel and save the world, combined with the whole ghostly playing for the animals sad story, puts him firmly in the S tier. S for sad. He has a good ending though at least, and is shown playing the ocarina for the animals with his father as a real boy who was very much alive, so you can stop crying now. Okay, look, not everyone on my shortlist can be A+ tier, so let's balance this out a bit. Lightning round, go. Pikango from Breath of the Wild. Solid, fun, quirky dude with paintbrush hair who can be genuinely helpful sometimes if you're in a bit of a bind trying to explore the world. C tier. Giovanni. Literal golden kitty man from Twilight Princess. Helps Midna, sure, but also got turned into solid gold for being greedy. Would I do the same thing though? Absolutely. C tier. Link himself from Echoes of Wisdom. Got the spirit, gets taken out immediately though, and has to be saved by a girl. C tier. Talon, forgets his daughter. D tier. Jabu Jabu, smelly fish breath. C tier. Snotty nose kid from Wind Waker. F tier. Okay, so the last character I want to talk about would be Quill, the Rito mailman from Wind Waker who services the entire explorable world, apparently. Not only is he strong, dashing, charming, wise, humble, and probably smells like a mix between cedarwood and ocean breeze, but he's also single-handedly responsible for saving the day not once, not twice, not even thrice, but 4 complete separate times. Quill literally stops Tetra from leaving Outset Island without Link by convincing her it's just the right thing to do, which is why any of the game can take place after this point. He then saves the day again by convincing the Rito chieftain that Link probably needs to be the one to talk to his son who was having some performance anxiety issues with flying. Been there, buddy. Then he saves the day again by informing Link of not only what happened to Greatfish Isle, but also where Jaboon is currently located. And the final time he saves the day is when Link and Tetra need an emergency extraction from Ganon's tower on the top of the Forsaken Fortress. He, along with Komali, who has conquered his performance anxiety, airlift the hero kiddos to safety. And did I mention that he's strong, dashing, charming, wise, humble, and probably smells like a mix between cedarwood and ocean breeze? S tier, no doubt about it. That's the end of my shortlist, but what about you, dear viewer? Is there a character from the series that you enjoyed who doesn't get talked about enough? Well, talk to us about it. Let me know who it is in the comments and I'll pin the best one. Also, be sure to leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already for more gaming stuff. Huge thanks as always to my Bandit crew who make my day every day, and that's all she wrote. This is Bandit, looking forward to seeing you next time, and signing out. Peace!